Right, so we're going to get a little bit more in depth with these pop-ups now. So this is the card that people were asking about, the home card, okay? Pops up absolutely beautiful, but will fold completely flat, whether you decorate it on the back, whether you decorate it on the front, you're going to get a beautiful, beautiful card. So, very, very easy. So let's go. So I've taken 2 sheets of A4 cardstock. I've cut it to 15 centimetres wide, and I've made my normal size 15 by 15 greeting card. Now this you will have to measure, I'm afraid. Okay, so I've done this in really dark pencil so that you can see it. At home, do it really, really light so that you can rub it out. So I've measured in from both sides 2.2 centimetres, and I've measured down 2.7 centimetres, and just draw myself a grid system. So when we look at these dies, you have a double score line at one side and a single at the other. The single score line is what you are going to match up to those corners. So make sure that it's level and it matches all those little lines perfectly. Tape it down and run that through your machine. So once it's through your machine, we're going to take it out and we're going to rotate it, and we're going to put it onto the other side of that grid system. So let's take it out. Take our die off, and then we're going to turn the die round and we're going to match it onto that grid there, and we're going to run it through the machine exactly the same. So top plate on and through your machine. So you're going to repeat this on the other 15 by 21 centimetre square. So basically you're going to do this on your other sheet of cardstock. Okay, so once you take that away, you're going to end up with all your areas all cut perfectly. So all I want you to do is take your knife, and I want you to cut down that. This is the first perforation, this is the second perforation. I want you to cut down that second perforation, so this will pop up. But on this one, I want you to cut that 1 centimetre section out completely. So down there and down there. You don't need that bit there. So now, when we fold our card up, you will find that all these bits will pop out. So I'm just going to fold that back on itself. So we end up with that so far. So on this perforated flap here, fold that over. You're going to take your tape and put it down that perforated edge, and then bring this up and stick it onto the top. So then when you fold it, it will fold completely flat. Okay, so I want you to do this on your other sheet of cardstock as well. So you're going to end up with two that are identical. So the way I join these in the middle is I cut myself a 2 centimetre strip of card. I put a score line down the middle and I put my tape on there. So taking that tape off, I then place this just onto that edge so that my score line is there, so I can literally bring it back, and then take this one and join it just in the middle there. So now you end up with a card that will fold completely flat, or a card that will pop out, so that you can decorate however your little heart desires. Whether you want it that way around, it looks beautiful that way round, or you can have it that way around as well. Or if you get really adventurous, you can do this twice over and you can glue them together in the middle, and you're going to end up with a whole box frame that will fold flat in both directions, but once it's opened and tied together, you'll get a whole scenery all the way around. So I hope that helps. So that explains how we make the home card. Really, really easy. As long as you use the exterior dies from the pop-ups, you have got no problem at all. Okay, so I hope that helps. Any problems, just give me a shout.